welcome back to another session. If you're joining for the very first time, my name is Hannah Grace and this is the book club. So today we will be continuing our series, and for those of you who are new here, last discussion we started a series on talking about popular genres in adult literature. So if you're interested in joining that discussion where we talked about fantasy, then click on my channel and the video will be there. Today we are going to be talking about dystopic, and if you are a very avid young adult reader, then you are very familiar with the whole craze of dystopic novels. For example, we have the very famous Hunger Games, written by Suzanne Collins, which follows Katniss Everdeen, who lives in a world where there are 12 districts, and each year one boy and one girl from each district gets offered up in the competition for the fight to the death. And Katniss steps in for her sister and begins her journey of taking down the whole system. At the time that the movie had come out, I was in middle school, and I remember thinking how awesome it was that there was a strong female character who put herself in dangerous situations for her family. Another reason why that the Hunger Games is so well received was for the very relatable feeling of not wanting to be controlled by rules and breaking out from oppressive control, and those are two very popular themes that are in dystopic novels. Now, around the time that the Hunger Games franchise was coming to an end, there was another very popular dystopic young adult movie that was emerging, and that was Divergent. Prior to the movie coming out in 2014, I had read Divergent and Insurgent, and I was so excited for the movie. I think another reason why that Divergent had did so well, the first movie, was because there was another strong female character, and also a lot of people were still really hooked on the whole dystopic genre. Like I mentioned before, both of these books have two strong female characters, and they live in a world where they are divided into groups, a tactic that is used by their governments in order to maintain control on the people. Now, I think we are all pretty familiar with the unfortunate downfall of Allegiant, and after that, definitely dystopic novels and movies definitely started to lie low in the young adult genre. There was also the Maze Runner series by James Dashner, but they did not receive the same praise as the books had. This past summer, 20th Century Fox tried to revive this young adult dystopic films with The Darkest Minds that was written by Alex Bracken. However, that film also fell flat, receiving only a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. All of these books that I have mentioned in this discussion I have read, and I can say that The Hunger Games is probably one of the most successful book-to-film franchises, and as any avid reader would know, most of the times films don't always capture the true themes and depths of the story. In the last few years, after probably the Divergent series, I haven't really heard any hype about any new dystopic books that are going to be coming along. I think maybe after a certain point with dystopic novels, they can kind of seem all the same, or they might seem very prescription, meaning that they have the same similarities with each other, just the characters might be different, or just a few things are tweaked. That being said, who knows what holds the future for dystopic novels, as we've clearly seen trends come and go all the time, and there might come along a book that is a dystopic novel that is quite different than what we have seen before. For today's discussion, down in the comments below, what is your favorite dystopic novel? What are some of your favorite characters and themes in the book? Talk about that down in the comments below. As always, everyone is allowed and welcome to join the book club as long as you're enthusiastic about all things literature. So hit that red button down there to join the club, and join us next week when we are talking about science fiction. So that is it for today, and I will see you all next week.